Hey, that is good Java.
Oh, great cup of joe.
Really good.
Hey, nice tie.
Mm.
You get a free bowl of soup with that?
What?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, 3. Hey, Steve. I didn't know you ate your chicken erect.
Oh, well, you know, depends on my underpants and the humidity level. But
Oh, and your pinkies. Pinkies, they're sticking straight up.
oh, yeah, that's a sign of class. Couth. I have couth.
Coof.
Huh? Yeah, it's, I am among the well-versed of society, among the well-educated of society.
Educated?
Uh-huh.
You think people can tell that about you by the way you eat your chicken? You told me you didn't even go to college.
No, I told you I forgot to go to college.
It's the same thing.
Is it? I mean, while I may not have my master's degree like certain people, I did happen to get my bachelor's degree, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Of course, and you went to school. Bachelor, as in dating? Yeah. Back in my day, Mr. Slurps-a-lot, I was quite the bon vivant. Yeah.
Bon vivant? Back in your day? I bet you were a real dapper Dan, weren't you?
No. You mean like a poofy shirt and knickers and slick back hair and perfumes?
Perfumes? No,
I
that's
don't
not...
wear perfumes. No. And yet, you know what? I don't even wear deodorant. I don't stink. It takes a lot of work for me to stink.
That makes sense. You and real work.
I'll tell you when I was really the gad about town.
Gad about town?
I'm sorry. It's a term only couth people use. I wouldn't expect you to understand it. It was, I was performing in Connecticut. A little show, I don't know, maybe you've heard of it. The Phantom of the Opera.
Lord, not this again.
Yeah, now before you get too excited, I gotta tell you, it wasn't the Andy Weber version. It was some other dude. We did 3 months, got extended for another 3 months, and then we were supposed to do an international tour. Yeah. But then the Persian Gulf broke out, and the Gulf War, and everything went to kaput.
Andy Weber? I'm assuming it's still based on the novel by Gaston Leroux.
Oh, no, Gaston Leroux.
I'm pretty sure it's Leroux, Steve. It's French.
Oh, no. This was the American Phantom of the Opera. Leroux.
Taking place in the Paris Opera House. It's Leroux.
I'm sorry, Dave. Excuse me? Whoever starred as the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera, please raise your hand. Boom.
Dinner theater?
Yes. Is that a problem for you? People need to eat, Mr. Make Fun of Everything.
So tell me, did your audience eat their chicken with their pinkies erect too?
You know, most of them were too old. I don't think they could get them up anymore.
I bet you were spooky.
Oh, I'll tell you what's spooky. Kissing the leading lady with the sound of silverware and dishes clanging in the background all the time while the theater reeked of chicken marsala. Yeah.
So was there tapioca pudding or cottage cheese for dessert?
You know, Phantom had a first name.
It was Eric.
It was Eric. It's not very haunting, if you ask me.
I don't know.
Oh.
A little more haunting than, I don't know, well, Steve.
Or Dave.
Ralph.
Or how about this one? The Phantom comes in through the smoky mirror, and his gal pal's there waiting on him, and she raises her arms up and she says, "Hello, Dwayne." Dwayne!
Yeah, Dwayne. Oh, jeez. Hello and welcome to This Week at Maine Rep and the Chamber. I'm Dave Hanwright.
And I'm Steve Burnett. And this week's update brought to you by Rutherford's previously used lawnmowers. Remember what Rutherford says, when the growing gets tough, the tough get mowing. Ginger?
Steve, Maine Repertory Theater and the Chamber of Comedy are leaving the Pepperell Mill. Our tent is folding temporarily as we wait this booger of a virus out.
That's right, Marianne. It no longer makes sense to remain with the rent meter still ticking during these troubling times when there's no ticket revenue coming in whatsoever. To quote my proctologist, it's time to stop the bleeding and get these pants up. This time in that order. Thurston?
Steve? So we are skedaddling and looking for a new home with which to ply our trade, hopefully as early as next spring if this virus takes a hike by then. Steve?
Professor? So if you or someone you know and love might have a lead on a space, we are certainly interested in speaking with them. Ideally, we'd like to land somewhere between Kennebunk and Scarborough.
That's right, Steve. In the meantime, we plan to continue with weekly updates on this website. New updates will air on Saturday nights. We'll even be adding a few new members to the news team. You may recognize them from our improv shows. So stay tuned. We'll still be around. Steve?
Skipper? Also, look for a couple podcasts debuting this fall, and we'll share more about those in the upcoming weeks.
So we're not finished. We're just finished in our current location.
We thank all of you who have shown such love and support. It's been a fun ride, but time for us to get off this merry-go-round. Lovey?
Steve, in related news, a man married a horse in Elliott today.
Is that really news?
Well, I thought we should have something other than the theater stuff.
Oh, you know, I heard that there were some local dignitaries at that wedding. Yes, sources report seeing the town's mayor. I also heard that when the preacher man asked if there were any objections, the groom was getting quite antsy because he thought the minister was simply stalling. Oh.
It's a shame more people aren't watching these. And now with a personal note, here's Steve.
Thanks, Gilligan. They say no man is an island. And I would have to agree. That man would have to be very large and surrounded by water. They say character is determined by decisions made when no one's paying attention. And finally, they say you can tell a lot about a person's credibility by the company they keep. Who are these they people? I think they're the people who create greeting cards, but I'm not sure. As we close this first chapter in our multi-chaptered Maine Rep novella, I want to thank our loyal patrons, staff, volunteers, cast, and sponsors. To name them all individually would take a little effort on my part, and well, you know. I'd also like to thank my family, and Dave and Christine especially, for being there with me during this crazy adventure. We've had some tough decisions to make, and I am fortunate to have had their trusted counsel throughout. And yes, through it all, I still have my skin tag.
Skin tag. Yeah. I bet you named it, didn't you? Eric.
Dwayne.
So that's the news from Lake Weebygoing, where all the women are awesome.
All the men are struggling with their waistline.
And all the children are at home, where they should be.
On their iPhone and computers.
Until next time, America.
Remember, when news breaks out, so do we. Thank you.
And good night. Hey, Steve, could you Can you hand me a tissue?
Oh, sure.
Oh, preferably one that hasn't been used. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
what's that saying? When a window gets painted shut, a reindeer gets its wings?
I don't think that's right, Steve, but I know what you're saying.
Oh, good. Because I certainly don't.
Well, that's a shock. Hey, you think we can start drinking all the leftover beer and wine in the refrigerator?
What do you mean, start?
That's great. Hey, this has gotta. Oh, God.